That's not even the topic tonight is that incarceration. The topic tonight is that we are creating a movement. And if you don't believe what we're doing, then you blind. You blind. You are blind. We working with Lisa Speed. We working with people that have credibility in the city, wherever they stand at, and helping people come home. And the reason I keep mentioning her name, because a lot of people think that, oh no, the DAs, they looked at the case. DAs are looking at these cases. It's because people like Lisa Speed is bringing it to their attention and doing the work for them. We haven't done the work. They should be paying units for real. They should be paying us.
You have Lisa Spees with you tonight, right?
She's right here. She's right there next to you. We could not. Come over here, Lisa. We cannot do a show in Philadelphia and not have Lisa Speed when she's been with us from the door. Come over here, Lisa. Put the headphone. Put one of them on. She's right here with us.
Hello, Lisa. How are you?
Lisa Spees, everybody.
Suave, you're mute.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
We see you mute. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, you're mute. You're muted.
How about that?
Mute.
Yo, did y'all hear me? Shake your head.
Only kind of through the whole room.
Yeah, Lisa, come over here. Here.
Hey, y'all.
How are you?
Lisa.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
tell
you.
us what's going on. What's the scene going on there with Kevin and Suave and the caffeine molecule in the background? Is that what I heard?
It is a caffeine molecule.
It's always something interesting when I'm with these fellas. But Suave is a very heartful sort of person. So you get the real talk, the real speak, which is what I appreciate about him so much. So yeah, I'm having a great talking about some injustice, wrongful conviction, a topic I'm very passionate about. We're talking about some different cases here in Philly and outside of Philly, and maybe how to bring some of these to justice. So,
And I love we've worked with Kevin and Suave to produce Death by Incarceration, and outside of the episodes, you hear their passion and you hear that they, the absolute unbridled drive to get justice and to change. And I asked this question before to Kevin, but I'm going to ask, and to Kevin and Suave, but I'm going to ask you as well. How do you get people to listen? I guess that's what my actual question was like, when you get people at the table, when you get people at your live show and you have that opportunity, and I know like they're totally capable of saying, hey, let's have a meeting after this and let's talk. And then from there, where do you go? Like you see it all the time where something happens and it needs to pass this, this level and this level of red tape and go through all this. Like, how do you keep the ear of the people who can actually make change? And I'm just want to say one more quick thing. Someone in the chat, I think it was Karen, said that incarceration is like modern day slavery. I mean, we all know what happened with past slavery. It's in order to emancipate that. Like, how do you get it to that point now? And without there being some sort of civil unrest, maybe there has to be. I don't know.
I think that you have to personalize these things. I think that you have to make people understand that if this can happen to a Ralph Stokes or to a John Brookins or to Rios and Rodriguez and my guy Kentre Bailey and all sorts of people out there, that it can happen to any of us. And I think that you have to make that real to people, because until folks take it personal and until they realize it can be them, it could be their loved one there, it could be my niece there, my nephew there, then people are never going to relate to it that way. And when it does hit them home, right? When it is your brother, when it is your wife, it's too late, because now you're involved in a different way. Now it's after the fact, right? And you're just trying to rescue and save your loved one. You're not in the policy phase. You're not in trying to make proactive change and convince people. You have to break down. These are complex issues, right? To sit here and to say the incarceration, modern day slavery, it is. But to come at it from that approach of that topic, that's what's so great about death by incarceration, is we're taking on all these different topics. We're breaking them down individually and hearing from different people who come at from different places. That's the best thing about the podcast. And hearing from real people who are impacted. But I think you really have to just slow down, and you have to make these issues personal to people. And when you do that, if you incentivize them in favorable outcomes for individual cases, you get them involved, you see how people can make change. You see how good it feels to see somebody come home. All you want to do is that over and over and over again. I had 3 people come home last year, and I said, I'm going to take a break. I'm not taking more. I've got more cases now that I'm working on than I ever had before, because you just want to see it happen again and again and again.
That's
So
amazing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I just can you tell us a little bit about your background? You were the director of Virginians for Judicial Reform. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah, so it's a nonprofit in Virginia, really on wrongful conviction and excessive sentencing cases. We also are beginning to work more on the legislative side. Virginia is a Commonwealth state that does not even have parole. So there's very few remedies. Post-conviction law there is abhorrent at best. And, I was telling Suave earlier today, I saw a trial about 1.5 years ago. A guy was stealing wheels, not tires, but wheels, and he got 104 years in prison. So trying to kind of remedy these systems and trying to find opportunities for second chances for some of these folks is something that I'm very passionate about. Initially, it was all wrongful conviction, whether it be situation or post-conviction, getting them out, getting them exonerated. Perfect justice is hard to come by in a state like Virginia. So it's just, it's taking on each individual case. It's trying to figure out how to bring that person some justice, how to bring that person some relief in their case. So that's primarily what we do, what we're working on right now. We're always looking at new ways that we can make a difference, Virginia and outside of Virginia. But those are the primary things that we work on.